Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here. This is TFTV. Got yourselves some hot TF2 action for the night. This is going to be our wonderful ETF2L's 37th season, Week 4 game, Feint Gaming EU versus the new team, also known as the Charlie team. This is our one remaining Prem game of the week because somehow this week is, I don't know, we had like 3 games on Wednesday. A little bit bizarre, but still, we've got some points to play for today. I am eepily, joined by Blopchat on production and your boy Stephen, or not Stephen. One of those two going to be casting alongside me. How's it going, buddy?
It's going great, thank you very much. I'm very excited to cast this finishing game of the week. Should see some good action going on, hopefully, eepily.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. It's a little bit sad because this is going to be the last game before playoffs where we get to see Gully Watch, which is, I've said it before, it's undisputed the greatest map to be in this game, full stop. But yeah, right. Let's have a little look around. Some of these teams, maybe you don't watch a great deal of TFT. Maybe you haven't been keeping up with the European scene. I don't know. I don't care. I feel like we can take a minute to have a little look at what new team and Feint are respectively. I think we've even got some fancy graphics where we can show you roster breakdowns as well. We have that production quality that you know and love from TFTV. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you the easier one, Stephen. I'm gonna give you the Feint roster. Who have we got on the side of Feint today?
The Feint roster. I think I did this team again last week, and I have to say I was impressed with Vanny and what he could do, especially on that 5 CP. Just seems to live forever and live through everything that they sent at him. It was Alvin the Brit Monks, I believe, last week. He was just doing so well on that side. But also, you cannot deny Yeehaw being super dominant on that flank scout role. 33 average kills per game. Voxy, also a great scout, only being able to average 26. Yeehaw just really being a big shining star for this team. But we've also seen Hugo and Opti doing good work as this soldier combo. We saw them playing super well off of each other last week on Product. However, that's not what we care about. We care about the Gully Wash this week. So we'll see what they can do. Gully Wash, known to be a good soldier map, so I'm expecting to see good things out of them eepily. How are you feeling about the side of new team here then?
Yeah, definitely a team that's had a rougher season so far. I think they've played like Ascent and Swift, which is our first and second seed, we're guessing, of the season. So they've kind of been a little bit pounded into the dirt so far, but there's still a good amount of talent to be talking through here. As you can see on your screen, we're going to be having Flickin' Unique Echo on Scout, also known as Junu, if you know him from back when he had that name. Charlie and Scar will be your soldiers, QB on Demo Man, and Jorge as medic. So we've got kind of some new, some established, some guys who have played Prem, some guys who haven't really played Prem. Some guys who got like 0 points in Prem or something like that. We've got all bases kind of covered on the side of new team. I feel like just looking at these rosters, it is not obscene to say that most people are probably predicting that Feint are going to go into this wanting a solid 6 points.
Yeah, I think definitely in the favor of Feint, especially seeing the map scores last week. It was an 0-5 for the side of new team, losing 5-0 to Kritzberg for defense, and Feint took it 5-0 against Alvin and the Brit Monk, so looking very strong on that front. But I've seen a lot of the Charlie streams recently. He's been streaming a couple of his scrims. They look like they've been working hard to try to grind out a few of these maps, so hopefully it's not the same performance that we saw last week from them.
Yeah, I will say as well, in fairness, Charlie does seem to have some crazy magic about him. Dude's got a... They always talk about in CS like Shroud and like the Reddit plays. I feel like Charlie's got like the Reddit plays of TF2. He sometimes just seems to make just the weirdest stuff happen. So, maybe even if they're going into this knowing it's going to be a hard game, I'm sure they can at least make it a little bit theatrical for us. We do, of course, have Gully Wash into Sunshine. So Gully Wash, at least I've always felt as a map which you can do a lot with the explosive classes. Demomen rolling out super quick to choke. Can get a huge amount of damage onto Big Door, and then obviously soldiers. They have so much kind of underpoint, low ground, high ground, different things they can kind of play with, which is obviously great. And then Sunshine, you kind of have the opportunity for your scouts to frag a little bit. So I feel like this week kind of has a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, a little bit for everything is always something we like to see, but we will see who can be more dominant on these sides. I think, as you were saying about Charlie, we definitely will hopefully being some hero plays, and if not, maybe something he can just put in his frag movie at the end of this season. and feel a little better about himself that he hasn't got 0 points around this time.
Yeah, nice. It is what it is. Sometimes you just have a rough season. Looks like we do see 12 people on the server. Vanny, the last player on the side of Feint, he does eventually get it in the server. He is there. I mean, compared to a lot of these guys, he is basically an old man. Vanny's like from super early seasons of the game, before probably a lot of Prem players even started playing the game. Vanny was playing at some of the highest levels. He's done a couple different classes as well, so definitely got that bit of experience. Feel like it might be that time to start making some predictions. I think I can probably tell what you're going to be predicting here, but I'll still give you the first guess. What do you think's going to be happening?
I think I am going to have to give it over to Feint here. I do hope, though, that new team can pull something out here. Some flashy plays on mid, maybe onto their medic, and maybe allowing Jorge to survive here. I've seen Jorge a lot in previous season. He definitely has that experience to get out of sticky situations. So hopefully a couple rounds of new team. But yeah, I definitely see the side of Feint Gaming taking this quite dominantly here. Maybe a 5-2 or 5-3 is my hopes, but yeah, Feint is my pick here.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to predict any other way. I'm going to be particularly interested to see what's going to happen in terms of the scout matchup on Sunshine. Obviously, we've got Gully to get through first, but we've already seen this week like scouts have just been like dominating on Sunshine, and it can be a pretty good class for that map. So going to be interesting to see exactly what happens there. But there are opportunities. I feel like it's the same as what I always say. If you kind of go into a map thinking you are going to be a little bit the underdog, all I want to see is at least a little bit of creativity, some kind of like weird stuff happen. It's Gully Wash. We've seen crits to mid, heavy to mid, sniper to mid, spy to mid at different times. All I want to see is like if a team goes like 3 rounds down, they just start doing something weird.
Yeah, maybe some wacky spy plays from Charlie, pull out some pug strats, but just get found out straight away, most likely. Knowing his luck.
Sometimes it be that way, Sometimes that's just what happens. You got to embrace that full pug lifestyle.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see some sniper from them as well. I don't know who would be the sniper for new team here. If there's anyone who's super well known for pulling that out.
Oh, well, I mean, in fairness, we could theorycraft, or we could just go ahead and watch the game. Looks like we are going to be going live here onto our first map. This is going to be Gully Wash rolling out here. This is our ETF2L Season 37 Week 4 game. Feint Gaming EU versus new team. We're watching as both teams arrive here. No one going super aggressive super early. We're just going to see the demos taking their decent position, get that little bit of spam, getting up onto their own side. Early bomb here from the soldiers. Actually, nice little rotate bomb there from the Feint soldiers. But Hugo's just going to get kind of nuked down. Opti as well. He gets deep. He gets a lot of damage as well. He's going to get cleaned up, but not before he gets Jorge. Now, on the side of Feint, they just got to keep around Vanny, keep him alive. The deep soldiers just trying to get to him, but he's basically already towards choke it. Now they're just nuking one after another. And that is Yeehor picking up some crucial frags and a nice mid there from Feint.
Yeah, really nice bomb in there to distract initially. I think it was from Hugo, just to just get that initial rocket, make them look at him, and then there was that just bomb from under that just managed to get that pick onto Jorge. He was trying to back out through choke, but that last little rocket just caught onto him. There was nothing he could really do, and now we see a 100% Uber advantage for Vanny even, sorry. And they're going to be pushing into last here, eepily.
Yeah, going to be nice and easy push. They opting not for top right, but instead just straight through main. Mac gets a little bit of a jump, taking out the gun nice and quickly. So many players towards spawn. Voxy wants to get the splash all the way towards point, but actually isn't able to quite get over yet. Tickles it just a little bit. Not able to play time yet, and with QB playing on his backup point position, still sticky, still got a soldier there as well. This is actually going to be quite hard. We do eventually get the heavy taken down, but this defense is looking pretty solid. Voxy still under point, trying to cause some chaos right now. Does actually manage to pick up Scar as well. Little bit spooky. Charlie surely picks him up, and will be doing exactly that. So scrappy, but a good, surprisingly good hold there from new team.
Yeah, it was looking a little bit scary there. There was a lot of cap time that happened. Originally, we obviously saw QB playing in that water position, just spamming, trying to trap that point off, but the scouts got a lot of cap time. But they did just manage to get some free picks. As we see another fight coming on to second, though, it looks like Feint isn't going to give this up super easily.
Nope, looks like they didn't want to. Just a little bit of peeking, prodding aggression. Yeehor tried going through lower, but turns out your boy QB just had his stickies. He right-clicked and got himself that free frag. Still, an uber advantage for the side of New Team if they can get through this choke point. A lot of spam being dealt to them, but eventually the storm has been weathered. They're going to be getting all the way to mid now, completely for free. Uber's about to be equalized, but that's a solid second and mid taken completely for free off this uber advantage. So well played here on the side of New Team, but now they're going to find themselves in the first stalemate of the game.
Yeah, that looks solid from New Team, managing to hit those 2 points. Feint did just not want to risk it at all. They knew they could get this Uber up for this second choke, which a lot of the time we see this is where some of the mistakes will come out. Just some players maybe overextending, the Uber exchange not going as expected. So this is kind of where I think Feint is in their element. I said it last week, they're a surgical team. They seem to work so well together and just be so in touch, whereas, you know, New Team might be a bit scrappy. As we do see them trying to look in big door, but not really deciding to do that eepily.
No, they're kind of chilling. They've got a max out with the sticky swords. Big door. We do actually see an Uber trade going all the way through choke. Charlie getting sent into the skybox. A little bit of flashing from both sides, but Uber's basically kind of get negated here. Hugo does fully commit all the way through that choke point. It just doesn't quite get that last little bit of damage. Almost just a little bit overly aggressive. So we find a soldier now down the side of Feint. Big rotate from New Team. They are going to be trying to get to big door and actually got in fairly clean right now. Mac on that rotate. He's going to be getting that bit of damage out. Charlie just a little bit too soon on the choke, and with Sky getting picked up as well. This is New Team just backing all the way out there. They gave it a go, but wasn't quite working. Now they're even finding themselves just a little bit too far forward. They have to try and get out alive. We do see, oh, just about. Junior's going to get picked up on the flank as well. They are just bleeding player after player.
Yeah, Yeehall picked up 3 kills there, as I was saying at the start of the game. Such a talented scout here for the side of Feint. Just made quick work of those players overextended in. Charlie going down early was probably really what sent it. They just couldn't get that damage through choke they wanted as they came through big door. As we'll see the reversal of that happening now as Feint is coming through big door replay.
Yeah, going to be peeking and prodding, not looking for that full commit, because we do have the Wonder Child himself. I think Yeehor's just he's taken it upon himself to basically win this game all by himself. He is on the back lines, and I feel like the players on New Team, they're going to have very justifiable fear. We do see an Uber trade coming through choke, providing some little bits of distraction. Hugo as well going onto the back lines, meeting up with Yeehor. So now there's 2 players behind the side of Feint. The rest of their combo just kind of chilling towards this choke point. They can be... Is Hugo picking up Scar? Yeah, this is looking a pretty decent position, but it's not TF2 unless there's a quick pause.
Yeah, but it's always got to be like this. So pause the game, otherwise it would not be TF2. But honestly, that having Yeehor and Hugo back there is super scary. They've already picked up Scar here, as Unilico just couldn't quite get back there to help him out in time. And now they'll be able to pretty much take anyone on, I believe, who's going to push into them. This might be New Team just having to back up to River here to try to deal with this flank. eepily, what do you think?
I mean, it's possible. Like, the issue is with Juno in lobby. He's clearly seen, but also been spotted by these players behind for Feint. So even with backing all the way up to River, it's difficult to get those frags on those players behind quickly enough to do anything in choke. So they're kind of going to have to give up second tier almost. I don't know. Like, at least most likely. And even still, they have a combo to deal with as well. But it's actually, the entirety of the combo of Feint are just going all the way towards Big Door. They're just going to go as a big 6-man blob. We get so much damage. Nice. Sticky from Mac picking up Junior there as well. And even Charlie getting air shot into Oblivion. And this is like the nightmare position if you are New Team. They are all here. They have got no one who can come to help them. They're just getting absolutely nuked now. Nice little bomb. 1 pipe from QB picks up Opti, but that's just going to be nothing. Nothing you can do now. Scar, the only soul spawner. 2 more friends does he get now? He's actually just going to be just standing on the floor. No reason. He's going down. This should just be the easiest round in the world. Yep. Feint walking one up on the board. 1-0.
Yeah, super fast push into the last there. Feint knew exactly what they were doing after they got that first pick. They were like, no messing around at all. They just wanted to make sure they got their players through. And yeah, that was a lovely stick by Mac, actually. I managed to see that. It was quite the sticky snipe, but hopefully we'll be seeing some sticky snipes again on mid here, eepily.
Yeah, going to be, again, no super quick aggression. QB getting pressured just that little bit, but nothing too significant. It's taken an arrow, though, so it can be super, super weak and have to wait just a little bit longer before walking over point. We do see this time aggression from the New Team soldiers, but just as that happens, Feint comes in, crushing 3 players instantly, including Hoya. They still haven't managed to get a single frag on the side of New Team. What is going on? I thought for sure Opti was dead to rights, and he's just, doesn't matter, gets himself an arrow, and he still wants to even chase River. Oh, Judy will be getting out. Like, that's just Yeah, that was not a mid. This was where the pause was. I can only assume it was Jorge. He did do a quick rejoin there, so maybe we'll chalk it up to having some dodgy buffs.
Yeah, we saw on that mid two different approaches, very much. We saw new team just being so aggressive, trying to jump over that point, pushing everyone forward, and side of Feint was just under, and then just jumping both their soldiers under just worked super well. But we do see this Uber coming into last deeply.
Yep, comes all the way through. Gun getting taken down nice and easily. Voxy does get taken down towards point Opti as well, but we do see some frags traded every which way. 3 players, all the fragging players from the side of New Team are completely behind the point. They are getting just nuked down now. And the flank from Charlie's just not going to come in time. That's such a rough position to get into. Everyone who could frag was behind point, and then Jorge's just standing there and spawn like, well, this is me, I guess.
Yeah, with no hills there was no real chance of taking that. The heavy was taken down super early on that last point, which basically means it's a bit over. That's their only class who can really get huge picks, and yeah, we saw both soldiers got stuck under there. Was just not what they wanted at all, as we do see this third mid coming out.
Ooh, Vanny's taking a hell of a lot of damage towards Elbow already, so he's going to be just a little bit slow. And actually, Voxy is the first player going down. But the rest of this is actually going to be Mac getting taken down, and Feint already conceding this mid fight. They're not going to run all the way away. They know they had got to spam and distract a little bit. Hugo's still on the back lines. He does get spotted out now, so nice, crispy direct on the flick there. Doesn't quite hit the follower. Delay things just a little bit. We do still see the entirety of the Feint team actually still playing towards Choke. Yeehor picks up 90% on Vanny now. Jorge very, very similar. This a little bit of a dodgy situation, but much better than we did see from New Team previously, because at least Feint does have their Uber. They can kind of block this point for quite a considerable period of time, and yep, here we go. Ubers will now get traded towards point. Opti doing his best to try and force his multi, and then get themselves a decent position. Scout straight up into the air. Ooh, the upwards direct actually taking them down as well. This is fightable, and Mac feels it as well. Yeah, they're going in so deep. They're trying to get so much damage down, but they need to start focusing some of these targets. It's turning scrappy.
Yeah, this was a very scrappy fight here. It's still going on as Hugo is in there, and it looks like the rest of Feint is recommitting eepily. They just don't want to stop here. This team just keeps rolling.
Surely they'll have to stop at one point. The magic wonder pipes from Mac aren't quite connecting. That is New Team just about managing to hold that. There was about 300 different ways where that could have gone to absolute hell, but they managed to hold it. They have a tiny advantage, like 15% advantage here. I can see no world where they push off that. It would be an absolute chat play, but nah, they're just gonna keep themselves chilled on second. Finally, though, like this is a decent position for New Team to be in. They can try and give some sack attempts, try and get something off, try and see if they can get themselves around on the board. Nothing worse than a 0 round 1 in the game kind of thing. Oh my god! And we're seeing yet another pause. I fear if this is Jorge again.
Yeah, I really hope not here, but it could be, as it was him disconnecting before. But yeah, as you were saying, this is the position New Team really wants to be in here. They kind of have all the deck of cards here. They've got everything to play for to try to make some plays. Obviously, Gully Wash, a very hard point to push out from. You need to get considerable picks, or just have that big Uber advantage to be able to push from last to second here. So that will be looking good for them. And as I was saying before, I feel like those scrappy fights, if they do get those lucky picks at the start, like they did in this mid, they got Voxy super early, and then the huge spam onto Vanny when he just couldn't get up into Banana to give those heals. Eventually, just had to run out through Choke with the rest of the Feint side, and then we had that scrappy fight in second. They just did not look great for either team, honestly. Play.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, you can almost argue the fact that that's kind of very acceptable from New Team's point of view. They're the underdogs, but if they can take some of these scrappy fights where they're actually looking at least even, that's kind of a positive for them, because they're going toe to toe with a team which everyone's favoring over them. So if they can at least go even with that and then find a couple other things that will start working for them as well, not necessarily the game set and done. 10 minutes has passed, a couple rounds has gone down, but there's still some options, assuming we don't just have players lag out constantly. I have I've no idea. I would love to have some sick insider info, but I don't think I have any insider gossip to give. Sorry.
I think we do actually. I think it is a Jorge
Do we?
restart. We've been told,
Oh dear.
which is not great for Feint here. Um, I think New Team probably going to take this round. Off of that. Yeah, what are you thinking, Eeply?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like if your medic's not on the server, that would be definite, grounds to be losing around. Yep. Oh, okay. We do find ourselves unpaused. Glorious game. TF2 on ice, as we know and love. Peeking, prodding, Scar, going to be the first person to meet the scattergun of Voxy. So, one player down on the side of the new team. We do see aggression still from Juni. Voxy does go nice and deep, but doesn't manage to get anything else as well. This is just going to be Faint in a pretty decent position here. 5 players versus 4. They should know all these new team players are all the way towards Big Door. They're trying to desperately get through lower, but Max is doing everything he can to try and weather this storm just a little bit. Crappy fights. Actually, it's Opti going down first person here. Does no one want to commit from new team? They're leaving it really, really late. Basically, points already been capped. Now Uber's going to get used. We do still see a pyro in the form of Yeehor. But actually, oh my, Jorge's just not using his Uber. He's just absolutely just doesn't care at all.
Yeah, Jorge managed to cut that
yeah.
one out perfectly. He just walked back. The pyro couldn't do anything. He just didn't have the range.
Okay, and it's still managing to work again. Yeah, Mac and Hugo both go down. There was like a sack attempt all the way towards Jorge, but it did like 50 damage total. So now they have second, they have Uber advantage. This is literally, if there's a situation to win around, it is right now. There is a sniper set who will be using straight through this door, going all the way nice and deep. Heavy and spawn's not going to really matter at all. There's actually no sticking towards point. They're just standing on it. Oh my god, just about. These players are managing to block it. The flick somehow directly behind this Heavy, and the Heavy steps off.
Flick. I do not know how he managed to survive through all that. There felt like there was so much going on at that point. I was losing a little bit of that Heavy doing so much work, so much damage, but Flick was just committed to that point. He was just not getting off. Yeah, the Heavy there just got off the point for that half a second it took.
It was bizarre, because I honestly don't think he knew there was a scout directly behind him. But, okay, right, new mid, new me. Suddenly we got ourselves, a game on our hands. We've got things we can do here. This time, oh my god, QB's just dying. Basically instantly in with Hugo picking up another as well. This is just not a mid for new team at all. Charlie somehow gets both the soldiers on the side of Faint. That's actually kind of crazy. Like, they still have a hell of a choke point to get through, and with Faint capping up mid, doesn't look like they want to go for that re-aggression, but that all actually could have been like disastrous if Charlie hadn't picked up those, so credit to him.
It was looking really worrying at the start. Jorge got stuck in that big door position as well very early on. He was taking just big spam from the soldiers from under and just couldn't quite climb. But yeah, as you said, QB going down early. They decided to back out through big door. But what a hero play by Charlie. As we were saying before, we're looking for those frag clip moments from him to make those big plays come out in these crucial moments. But we do not see that bomb being one of them there, eepily.
No, yeah, he went for like that big commit bomb. Turns out the entirety of Faint was just chilling on big door. So, yeah, unlucky buddy. Didn't happen today. Well, at least hear the sound of a banner going off. So, might be something interesting going on. We do see it being held here on the red side, I believe. Who is it? Who's got the banner? Am I crazy?
I think you might be. I didn't hear a banner.
I heard a banner. Dude, is this game broken?
Very likely. It's very likely broken.
I hate this game. Alright, ignore the banner thing. That's in the past, We're moving on. Instead, we're just going to have just a bit of a continued stalemate. Not a single aggressive off-class have we seen this game in any of these stalemates, so I feel like we might just be seeing opportunities for someone to maybe get behind peak prod. No, Hugo's just going to get caught out and choke. Yep, Charlie's going to try and get it nice and deep. Doesn't quite hit his speed shot. Pipe down. Just trading players. It's just that kind of game.
Yep, trading those soldiers for one. We were hopefully going to see something from new team. If Charlie could have made that play happen, it would have, it would have been great and given new team the opportunity to possibly push through, but got insta-denied there. The scout's just so fast to rotate on the side of Faint. They know exactly what to do as they're rotated back to choke here. It's just such a back and forth match here, really. It's just one after another trying to go through choke and big door.
Ooh, aggression from the side of Faint. Opti was on the back lines, managed to distract a couple. Yeehor decided to go and just like, mate, what if I two-shot everyone? Turns out, not really happening now. Big player advantage. Charlie in just way ahead of his team, though. Way, way, way ahead. So he's already gone down. His team is basically just only getting through big door. And the entirety of Fate, they just don't even care. They're getting all the way onto point. They have this high ground position. This should be looking pretty decent. With Julie going down as well. Ubers are getting flashed every which way. It is this good bit better for Jorge, so they should be able to get towards this choke position as long as QB can keep himself with ammo loaded. But the second they get the choke, it's like, hello, the entirety of Faint team just coming all the way through big door like the bulldozers that they are. This is dangerous. If you're on the side of a new team, they're finding themselves. It's the same position. It's the same position where they've got 3 guys. 2 of them are just stuck above point, and It can only go the same way, surely. Yep, Jorge's getting picked up as well. Uses his one scout towards Shutter. QB trying to make the best out of a bad situation. Doesn't hit anything at all. And they're just wiping. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Feint is just making a merry-go-round of this. From big door to choke, from big door to choke, until they can just get those picks to get in and make new team have that bad position. But we will see them pushing last straight away here, eepily.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter that those frags came in for new team, because Hugo just stood on the point. 3-1, 15 minutes, exactly halfway through this game. I'm genuinely baffled. This is 3-1 now, and 2 of Feint's rounds have been as a result of new team's combo just getting stuck above second without Uber. Just, I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like if they can avoid that for the rest of the game, that would be great.
Yeah, that would definitely be optimal. That possession is just really bad. The aggression of Feint every time just gets the better of them. They just can't really do anything on new team at all. But we are coming into this mid now, players. Things are already going on.
Yeah, we do see Yeehor just doing a submarine mid, going all the way through low, but Voxy is actually the first frag. We do have so many Feint players getting all the way aggressive. Deep bombs from Charlie's not really going to be doing anything because the rest of his buddies, they're going down as well. Finally, we do see a bit of a recommit from some of these players on the side of new team. Flick is actually just beefing, like, oh my days, he is beefing hard. He has done about 40 total to Vanny. Yeah, this is another mid comfortably in the form of Feint. That was, like, unconventional, but even still, it looks like they're kind of just getting into their stride now.
Yeah, it feels like the DM of Feint maybe just working for them so much. Yeehor just has all the confidence in the world. He will take any 1v1 no matter the situation. This man does not fear anything. We also saw a lovely pipe by Mac there to get Jorge early on that mid, and they just couldn't do anything from then, really. We saw that little play from Flick to try to do something, but I guess he has not been grinding the MGE enough as he was told to last week by some of the players of Kritzberg. But we do see the Uber coming in from River here, eepily.
Yeah, Uber's going to come all the way to River. 2 frags already. Sorry, 1 frag, but the gun going down as well. We do see players kind of behind point. This is looking not too bad of a situation. Getting everyone towards point. That's so much cap time as well. Yeah, the second. They just took that one little moment on top right just to relax. They knew their players were under, and they were just like, take the second, relax, go for that commit, but ultimately it's the point time that matters. And Feint just putting another one up there. 4-1. It's a significant advantage in terms of rounds. I just want to see something big from new team this mid.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to pull out some sort of play here. Maybe the soldiers going super aggressive early on, as we do see that happening actually a little bit.
Oh my god, Feint is just getting all the way in. Both their soldiers, again, weird collection of jumps, doesn't really matter, and they're just nuke again. These soldiers just winning the entire mid. Oh my god, they're just literally crushing. No one on new team's really getting a look at. We saw like that one frag towards Opti, but at that point his mid was like he'd already won the mid, right? Like that one bomb towards Elbow, picking up 2, that's basically GG. Scars on the back lines. I mean, he's gonna die in a hilarious way, right? They know he's in choke. I just want to see exactly what kind of hilarious way. The scout class. It was the scout class. There we go. What can you do?
Not that hilarious of a way, unfortunately, in the end. Yeah, those bombs are just so clean and crisp from Feint. They just get those double bombs in over every single time, and they're always just together. It's like they're just one hive mind all together. But we do see Feint with 100% Uber again here, eepily going into last.
Yeah, should be, I mean, the exact same push. We see just consistently taking out that gun super early. This time, it is about 85% on the side of Jorge, so all they need to do is just delay that a little bit longer. Vanny's gone down, so the extended fight can't work. The hills just aren't quite there. This is an actual just meat grind all the way towards point. Uber does get used. QB just about getting that flash as well. Hugo getting picked up on that tail end. Only Voxy and Mac as sole survivors. Could be Mac leaving entirely, but Voxy, he wants to try and commit a little bit more. He does try and abuse the old scout class jumping, but under point. Eventually he should, I'm gonna say he should get cleaned up. He does. Okay, just about. That was a little bit spooky there for Charlie, but he managed it.
Yeah, Jorge getting that Uber just in time really saved that round there a little bit for new team. But they're already on second, but Feint, all that time that was made with that scout under is giving Feint the opportunity to get into second already here.
What is Mac doing? He is actually just playing this team like a fiddle. I just saw him like surf 2 lots of damage, go around the corner, somehow get 1 sticky, kill 2 people, and this is just... yeah, no one cares about Ubers at this point. They're just walking all the way through. Jorge's just getting nuked by 2 lots of damage at the exact same time. The spawners are just about coming in, but again, even we can see Feint playing that a little bit slower. They can possibly win this, but there's actually 2 of their players going down. Mac as well. Annie and Mac definitely not on the same page there. Vanny having to try and escape with his life. He has found a scout, but Hugo's just about with him. Looks like he will be surviving here with his 75% Uber advantage. With the spawners coming in and the Uber being so close, if they can keep a hold a second, or possibly just go for a nuke Uber here, this could be pretty sick.
Yeah, we did see Jorge use there, though, and we do see Vanny coming up with this Uber as they will just be pushing so aggressively in second. New team may have got it, but I don't think that'll be for long.
That was sick! That was so sick from Hugo. He just absolutely read them like a book. He was like, player's not getting through that door quick enough. 2 quick little jumps, 2 rockets as well. Yeah, once again, Uber advantage, player advantage, heal advantage, everything is kind of looking good for them. And they can kind of decide, 10 minutes left on the clock. It looks like Feint's just going to build their Uber. They're not even going to go for like an off Uber heal advantage push because they don't need to. They're in the driver's seat. Like, they can already coast this game out, but as is, like, they're opting to play this 40% advantage before they go for another last push.
Yeah, with these offers coming up straight away, this Sentry and this Pyro are pretty much a given on every single last push of this map. They're going to be exactly here. It's a lot harder to take out without that Uber. They would probably be more inclined just to try to fight it a little bit. But we do see the Uber popped out straight away here, eepily.
Yep, he was going to use Uber through River. Yeehor takes this aggressive line underneath, gets his play all the way under. Now we do see QB trying to get some stickies towards point, not really able to get in that position yet. The frags are just about coming in, though. So much time on the point. What? How does Foxy just happen from underneath them? Oh, guys, that's tragic.
I really don't know how these cuts are happening. That looked so good there for a second on new team. We did see Matt getting taken out super early in that Uber. Opti not really being able to do much on that right side shutter. He was just kind of a little bit stuck in, and I was thinking, oh, you know what? New team has a bit of a chance. Only seem to have a couple people in water, but no. They just let the backup happen.
Right, well, we've got ourselves, it's a new mid, possibly just the last one of the game. If we can continue the fate reign of dominance, it's not happening so far. Opti kind of getting nuked down. The immediate aggression from the side of new team, they're looking good as well, picking up Mac. And this follow-up just not coming in at all. Basically, that's a 0 damage taken mid by Jorge, and they should be able to catch these players all the way towards Shutter. We do see Vanny running as fast as little legs can take and flick on the absolute hunt, gets him good damage, but Vanny doesn't care. He will absolutely sacrifice that scout for the sake of keeping himself alive. 100% the play to make there. We do see his deep bomb stop. Ooh, Scott didn't get that rocket in time. Yeah, this should be Vanny just by getting his Uber 93%, just only getting these people to heal. Okay, we are seeing finally just a little bit of a calming down from the side of new team. They've lost some players. They are going to be getting themselves outside now. Jorge takes enough damage to make it scary, but they will be fine here. Equal Uber situation. Gonna, chill for half a second before Feint start the bulldozer again.
Yeah, Feint does really not stop here. It's already in this river position. It was looking okay there for new team, but yeah, they did lose both those soldiers. Scar going in for that early bomb. Trying to get onto Vanny, which I think was definitely the play there. At least tried to get the force, but he couldn't quite collect that second rocket. And then we did see Charlie going down to a sticky at the very end. And they just had to back out from there, but they have this lobby control already. Feint, unlike normal, did decide to take the fight from that high ground as you would usually see it. Maybe just scared those spawners who were going to be coming from big door, as we will just see now this little last hold and last push going on.
Yeah, it's a pretty chill position if you're Feint right now. You're 4 rounds up with 7 minutes left on the clock. You can almost just... Oh, that was a nice little fight. Okay. Yeah, they can basically just chill at this point, and, they can run down the clock if they want. They can do something if they want. They kind of have everything in their seat. Really, what you want to see is we need something big from new team. If they want to have any chance at all of even equalizing this, they need something like basically the next 60 seconds. They need to either go for some kind of trade, some kind of crazy off-class, some kind of nutty sack attempt. It does look like we will be seeing June spawning on Sniper, so it's still pretty pressured. He's got to hit a shot pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe the play there, he just went into to water. I think he was maybe just trying to get some cap time, but I guess that probably kind of intentional feed to get some cap time was to just come to this Sniper class. So we will see him trying to do something, but Hugo does also get taken down here early on eepily, so maybe they'll be able to wiggle something through here.
Yeah, possibly. We do see just everyone jumping in. We do eventually get this Uber off on Vanny. Nicely done there by, I believe it was Scar, but with QB getting taken down towards River, this is a little bit scary. Boxy's just basically going straight in. He does get taken down eventually by Charlie there, coming to the aid of his brother in arms. It's tricky because new team, they found themselves with this uber advantage, but they've been down, and one of the players is a sniper, so they've kind of got to delay things that little bit longer. And again, every second that goes off this clock is just in the favor of Fate. These spawners are eventually coming in. Yeah, we're gonna need, even still, like an absolutely just textbook last push here from new team. And as per usual, like you say, we do have this. We have a gun, we've got a pyro, we've got everything you'd expect and love from a gully watch. Last Uber straight through river, no aggressive jump this time, and Junior's going to get taken down basically instantly. Mac keeping a good job of holding onto water now, and Opti as well going to be picking up Charlie, so the pressure from under is basically non-existent now, and new team have no choice but to basically back up. Flick getting taken down. Scar, the only remaining player anywhere towards last, and somehow he's not been seen at all. Does shoot a sticky stand on point. One nice little rocket, but then like four guys basically land on him. It is not happening.
Yeah, nice little play there by Scott to try to get something working in the end. I don't know about that push. They just got denied from under. I think the difference between these last holds is we did see Opti holding that under position to support Mac on the side of Feint, as we do see a banner actually coming out. You may not be hearing things this time as Opti does pop it.
I'm not crazy this time. They're going to walk through a choke with it, but a banner's not an Uber, and Opti and Mac just get taken down before the Uber's used. Oh, okay, that's a little bit tragic. This is reminding me of there was a period of time where Josh was obsessed with a banner. He used for every choke point, and then he just died because it's not an Uber. Really sorry. So kind of a thrown push there by Feint. Maybe this is what new team need. They've got this Uber advantage. They got these players. Things are looking good. Yeehaw's getting taken down. He's not winning that 1v1, right? Something uncharacteristic this game. Maybe this is a chance. 4 minutes left on the clock. This is like all go. New team in, right, all the way through main. They're feeling it. Uber's going to be getting used all the way now. No immediate frag's going to get taken. Oh, the flash not quite coming out on the scout, but he just goes over point anyway. Yeah, no. We do see a soldier jumping straight around a point. He does maybe he can cap it up from underneath it, but turns out they don't have that magic that Feint has. QB, the sole survivor. And this is kind of getting to that time of the game where it's not really possible. QB, he's going to go for it anyway. I mean, he got a pipe. That was nice.
Yeah, he hit the nice pipe. You can't fault him for that. He tried to go for the play. It didn't look like they were expecting it initially. Yeehaw, a little caught off guard, but he was on like 20 health. There was really nothing he could do there to do it. But yeah, that last push, it just felt a bit rushed from new team. But Uber is getting exchanged onto second here from the side of Feint.
Yeah, we do see actually a fight on the back lines. It is Opti versus Scar. Yeah, no, Opti's just kind of nuked that. And yep, the rest of Feint is kind of nuked the rest of this team. And with now 3 minutes left to go, we do see Charlie throwing away his life, trying to do anything he can. And this is officially Valve designated frag clip time. So this is, you know, for 3 minutes where, yeah, you've won/lost the game. But here's where you get to have your big air shot and say it was still in a Prem official.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to be just seeing Feint probably already pushing into this. Oh no, they won't be pushing into the second actually. They will be just chilling for a little bit. Actually, we see Hugo jumping through. Got a knight instantly by Flick and Charlie.
Yeah, he kind of got air shot and nuked, and now they're like, right boys, we're going all the way in. We do see Mac laying down the damage, laying down the pipes as well. Managing to combine with his friend to pick up a couple there. Just slowly Scar all the way towards point. Just basically get bullied by the scout class, and he's going to be all the way gone out of choke. Somehow, as seems to be the theme of this game, it is Feint in a commanding position. They should be able to get control of second, really. Scar, he's going to go for that deep bomb. He's going to be jumping in one rocket towards Fanny, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, as soon as that player, Opti was it, that went down for Feint there, they were just like, okay, new team is going to push straight back in. So they got all the way back, just huge pipes from Matt got initial damage, and then it was all cleaned up by the scouts of Feint. Sorry, I just completely talked over that last push that just happened there.
Oh, it was a bit of a nightmare. It was just a random trade, and everyone's just kind of running into each other. This is the DM server period of the game now. But I mean, new team just absolutely owning that fight. Look at them, they're crazy. They can bring it back. 90 seconds left on the clock. There is still an opportunity to spawn camp. Go on.
Yeah, we see Charlie and QB at this spawn. They're hoping they can get someone here, but no, I think everyone's going to back
classic mistake. They didn't delay the second cap. I would be furious if I was QB right now.
That could have been a 6k for him right there.
It could have been. He could have just absolutely owned, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, everyone's basically just kind of feeding. This is going to be, unfortunately, map 1 is going to be going. I say unfortunately, I'm not, fortunately, if you support Feint, this is going to be map 1 going to Feint here on Gully Watch. Pretty commanding game all around. I don't think there's much of a situation where they haven't been in control, including, now where they've decided to just start throwing off mini sentries.
Yeah, the NG off class from Hugo, not really doing too much. To be fair, it did scare Charlie off a little bit originally. That we're seeing this crits come out from Fate, just picking up 2 kills. Yeah, I think we're just into this kind of meme territory here, where Fate's just having a bit of fun. To be fair, both teams are here.
Yeah, and it's all about the fun, There's winning, there's losing, and there's having fun, and I'm sure both teams had probably loads of fun. One thing I do want to say is I'm going to be really interested to see this game, the amount of damage Mac's been putting out and the amount of frags that Yehor has had. I feel like, at least specifically the first half of the game, I feel like Yehor was just like running wild. He was just like taking every fight and just winning it. And I feel like starting off on Gully and going into Sunshine next, like a heavier scout map, that's got to be like so spooky.
Yeah, Yehor was just running over absolutely everything. It felt like, yeah, as you were saying, especially on that first half, he was just picking up frag after frag after frag until they really couldn't do anything. So yeah, that is a little bit scary for Sunshine here. As we were saying, it's a very scout-orientated map, and Yehor just top dog in this in that regard.
Yeah, definitely seemed that way. All right, I'm gonna have a little look at these numbers. Without looking, who would you say was putting out the big numbers? Would you say it's Mac putting out the big numbers in terms of the damage, or have you got some other little prediction you reckon?
I have to say, I think Mac probably doing the big damage here, but I don't know who else on the side of Feint felt like they did a lot. I feel like Opti was playing very aggressive this game, and just felt very dominant on those last points. Might have got a lot of damage. Also, could say the same for Hugo. So I don't know. Let's have a little look see here, eepily.
Yeah, I'll be honest, you're pretty much spot on. Yeah, it turns out Mac's just absolute beasting, just kind of nuking, and then Opti, like, I don't know, dude's going 29 for 21. I feel like, honestly, looking at that, it just makes me think of like these mid fights where the soldiers just like terrorized on the side of Feint. Almost all of them. We just saw like, yeah, they basically just ran around seemingly doing whatever they want. As much as, obviously numbers aren't all that for a very one-sided game, but the biggest thing I want to point out is Vanny's 3 deaths as opposed to Jorge's 12. Like, 12 isn't even like seed number or anything, but like the fact that they had their medic die literally 4 times more shows that yeah, they were having some troubles that game. Definitely seemed like Feint was just a good rung above them in terms of just overall skill.
Yeah. As I was saying before, Vanny just seems to get out of every single situation, even when it really feels like it shouldn't. It seems like it's very rare that this man can be caught off guard. This old man definitely has a few tricks up his sleeve. But yeah.
What my thought process is, right? Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, right? So Vanny's a very like on and off kind of player in terms of, he'll like play for a few seasons, then like not, and he's basically been doing that for about, I don't know, 50 years or whenever this game started, right? Probably one of the last times he's like played medic properly, or like maybe a lot of his like recollection of playing medic was pre-scout speed change anyway. So maybe he's just one of the few medics in Prem right now who like the change back to no scout speed basically just hasn't made a difference, Maybe he's just got all that like, muscle memory and all like the positioning stuff from back in the day, Maybe that's it.
I think you might not actually be overly wrong with that kind of prediction. He seems to just know that distance he can be away from his scouts to kind of back out when he needs to and still have them protect him. Whereas Jorge sometimes, yeah, a little bit caught out, as we saw in that shutters. If you remember, he just couldn't quite get out in time as Feint Ubered in, and we just had that big bomb come into him. Whereas, if that scout speed was still a thing, he definitely would have got out there. But yeah, maybe struggling a little bit in that regard. I'm curious now when Vanny actually did last play.
I know he's played some fairly recent seasons, but kind of at least in my head, well, I'll be honest, part of the reason why he keeps, not playing some seasons is because he keeps getting banned for not opening demos. So, hopefully Feint can avoid that curse right now. Yeah. I think it's last time playing Prem. Played some games in Prem last season, played some before that in season 28, and then obviously there's the lost archives of ETF2L, which we'll never get back in the meantime, so no idea. I'm just going to say that my prediction's absolutely spot on.
I would have to agree with you there. But how did we think about the scouts from this log we've seen? Equally, we obviously see Yeehaw going 25 to 16, and Voxy going 24 to 12, looking really strong against the scouts. We saw Unikeko going 17 to 21, and Flick going 15 to 20. We did see him beefing some shots onto Vanny on a couple of those mids there, so it might not be looking great. Maybe crumbling under the pressure a little bit from these scouts, and that won't be looking great coming into this map.
Yeah, possibly. I kind of also want to give a bit of like the benefit of the doubt to Flick and Juno in that they, like, Yeehaw and Voxy did have infinitely more space to play the game on that map. Almost every situation, because their soldiers were super impactful and because Mac was getting that damage in, it's just easier to play scout when you have so much space. So I definitely feel like, Yeehaw and Voxy, they're the stronger combo on paper, but also feel like that was a particularly hard game for Flick and Junie there. I'm not saying this game's going to be any easier for them. They will have to be aware of that, but I think it was a particularly rough one. That being said, the moral of the story of map 1 is basically just don't 1v1 Yeehaw, because he basically lives in a DM server and will just hit every shot.
Yeah, the absolute prodigy. But yeah, as you were saying, maybe a little bit of an unfair comparison onto those scouts there, as is known for a more soldier and demo map here. But they definitely have something a map to improve, not to improve, to impress on here. See if they can pull out some big plays. But I'm definitely excited to see these mids. I really love these the mids that we saw on Gully Wash from Feint with the soldier bombs, the fake outs. We even saw Opti just getting onto a spot above point and then just jumping back up and around, and just the distraction plays are just so good by Feint, and I can definitely see them doing something similar here, equally.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird how Sunshine can be sometimes. It's got a super high skybox. There's a lot you can do in terms of soldiers. There's a lot of kind of like fake bombs and commits, and there's a good amount of kind of height disparity between the clock tower in the middle, and like each side has their own kind of little different bits of height. Kind of like you said, a lot of these mid fights, they kind of started off with the Feint soldiers either getting aggressive or faking aggression and just forcing the new team combo back towards the choke. And then the second that happened, the entire combo of Feint can just walk forward and nuke. If they find that they can do something similar on this map, it's going to be, I don't know, like, if anything, possibly like even harder. Like, once you get forward onto point as Demo Man and there's a team just like standing towards choke or cafe, you've basically already nuked. The second your scout can get comfortable and can just see everything without having to like turn, again, they've basically just like won the mid. So yeah, if I was a new team, my big thoughts right now would be how are we going to deal with these soldiers in the first few seconds of the mid, or if we're not able to deal with them, how are we going to get our counter aggression being as good as them to move forward.
Yeah, that will definitely be the thing. Maybe we'll see them playing passive, trying to cleanly take out the soldiers. On the round they did win, that's exactly what they did. They waited for that bomb to come in from, I think it was Opti, just to come into them. They just had their scouts ready, and then they just had that aggression straight onto Feint, and they didn't really know what to do there from Feint. So if we do see that aggression come out again, maybe that is the strat we'll be seeing.
Possibly. And then if not, I mean, again, it could be a weird map. You can go sniper the mid. You can do some weird shenanigans if you so wish. We saw crits right at the end, basically, when it was dead time. But, we've got possibilities just getting for potential crits to mid or something along those lines, So it isn't all said and done. There are still opportunities here if new team want to try and flex some shenanigans. We do see, what is it? We have 11 people in the server. We have Flick, I don't know, presumably getting a glass of water, something like that as he prepares himself. This map, again, we'll give a prediction again, just because, I don't know, I want to see if you've changed your mind. I know you haven't, but let's find out. Have you?
You would be perfectly right in that. I am going to go with Feint again on this map.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know, it's a crazy prediction here. But, I'm going to go with my 5-2 again. I was close with the 5-1. Not quite there. I wouldn't win at the bookies for that one, but, maybe second time lucky. What about you here, eepily?
It is possible. I I can't help but feel it's Sunshine, right? I feel like Sunshine's it either ends up being like an 8-round game or like a 3-round game. So I feel like a 2-0 or a 3-0 possibly, and it would be to Feint here, but we'll find out shortly as we can be going into our second map here. This is Sunshine, our week 4 game here of ETF2L season 37, Feint Gaming EU versus New Team. Rolling out to mid, we see Mac going Flowers, whereas QB's going to be going Choke fairly standard. Aggression from Charlie, taking some high ground positioning, but we'll have to drop off as he takes that little bit of damage. But aggression from the side of Hugo, and Opti now getting nice and deep, and the follow-up as well, and just Jorge's just going to take down with 2 rockets so easily. 3, 4 frags already for Feint, and just no one's anywhere near Tavani. This is a mid basically done and dusted, and Yeehor is just asserting dominance, running into QB, picking it up as well, and Hugo is literally already on last.
Yeah, that was a super dominant mid there by Feint. I can't even deny.
Oh my days, Hugo's actually bullying Flick on last. That's so unfortunate. He didn't pick up Jorge, but it doesn't even matter. This is brutal. Sorry, what were you saying?
No problem. Yeah, I was just gonna say the aggression there from Feint. They all came in from Flowers together, whereas we saw New Team a lot more spread out. And we just saw both those soldiers, one onto the demo, one onto the med. And that's all she had to say, as we do see this Uber popping out from Feint here.
Oh my days, Mac is in about 1,000,000 miles an hour. Nice little flash, keeps him nice and healthy. Gun's already gone down, scattering stickies towards point, or at least trying to. Now the sticks being decked. Fox is going to play all the way towards point, so much cap time with the... Oh my god, so nearly capping it. And once again, Fox is just capping it from underneath them. What is that? That's an 80-second round. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Feint did not put on the brakes at all that round. It was just one kill after another. That Hugo play going behind and getting Flick probably demoralized him a little bit coming out to that last point, and then just had that full Uber advantage to just bully their way in. And then, yeah, just got people on point. As we will be coming into this mid again, though.
I do want to mention at this point, Yeehor has more points than the rest of New Team combined. So that's fantastic stuff there. Kind of just owning right now. We do see once again aggressive soldiers. So much damage being done by Hugo, and he's still so healthy. Even taking these other frags, and this is just looking to be another nasty little mid Flick. Ooh, does manage to pick up Mac at least, so it's not quite as good here. Hugo's going down on the back lines. Like, it's still Feint winning the mid, and they still, you know, do it while keeping their medic alive, but, you know, it was better for New Team.
Yeah, Feint will be in a little bit of a worse situation than they were last round, but still not bad with 100% Uber. They have their spawners coming up now. They should be able to just push this into second, as we don't even see most of New Team here.
No, yeah, they're pretty fearful, just only getting towards balcony now. Obviously, you know, the quintessential saying of Sunshine is the easiest way to lose Sunshine last is to die on Sunshine second. And they have so much fear of this Uber, they're just like not even bothering to play on balcony. But that opens up an opportunity here for Feint. 75% on a Jorge, they can look to just go as fast as they physically can and just keep on going before this Uber comes up. This is 85% now on Jorge. Mac going nice and deep. Is going to get denied a little bit by this gun. Does take it down though. 91%. Jorge playing towards his right hand side. They should be able to weather the storm. Uber just about coming on live now. The rest of Feint, they could be trying to move towards points. Some decent damage, but ultimately these players should be getting picked up nice and easy. And with Vanny overextending as well. They do force off the Uber, but at the cost of all 6 of their players.
Yeah, the wipe there on the side of Feint. So we're seeing second going to New Team straight away here. As they're already getting that point. But yeah, really well played by Jorge. We just saw that sentry on left. They had to use the Uber to get it, as the Pyro was also reflecting it. But, you know, just got kited out by the rest of New Team. As the only casualty in that whole fight was QB got dropped early on.
We see aggression. New Team getting themselves onto mid, but it is actually Scarlet going to be going down pretty early as well. Mac, once again, dude's got some absolutely mad serves, and it's keeping him alive in so many crucial situations. While he gets himself an arrow, 2 more on the side of New Team, and a 3rd as well. This is just Flick. Oh, woohoo! Taking down both the soldiers there on the side of Feint. This is still dodgy. Oh my god. Jorge's just got absolute balls of steel. This is doable, maybe? No? Okay, Flick. Oh, confused. Okay, I mean, they're living. Uber disadvantage, but at least they're living.
Yeah, that will be the silver lining from that fight. The Feint soldiers just do so much. I can't believe that every single time they just seem to jump over, get one rocket onto a player, get behind them, and then the damage just comes through from the rest of Feint. They just need to get one sticky or a scout in a little bit deep, and that's that player dead. the Feint Soldier just living still.
Oh my days. Yeehaw's actually so stone cold. The second he sees QB like going a slightly different way to the rest of his team, he just runs in complete like straight line, no fear. Just like gets just the easiest frag. Now there's no sticking towards points, so they can start playing that nice and early with these players on right side, kind of getting nuked. Jorge's on 95% this time. They're not going for a point play though. Oh, and Jorge, does he actually die at 99? That is actually so tragic. What a way to lose it. Oh, I thought they could weather that.
I think that might have been a 99 drop. I think it's coming up here as a drop.
Oh,
So I think, unfortunately, that might have been literally holding down that Uber button, but that last rocket just getting onto him. There was nothing he could really do. With QB going down early, there was no real defense on that point for the side of Feint, who just managed to get in so deep here. But we see this third mid coming out very quickly.
Yep, oh my god, quickly is exactly. We do see a lovely little jump from Scar. Shame he didn't shoot any rockets or do any damage, but brilliant stuff. Absolutely, you know, carrying up the jump server. Now, Hugo and Opti going to be going nice and deep again, picking up 1, 2, 3. Once again, Vanny with a nice little surf. Even gets basically onto choke. Even with a couple frags coming up a new team, this is just another mid where Feint is winning it, and they're keeping Vanny alive, and they're just like, they're looking just so comfortable in basically all these situations.
Yeah, Feint is just so dominant on these mids. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I'll say it again. These Feint soldiers just doing so much work. Opti picking up a 3k there, just allowed to go forward with his scout a little bit while we, I think we saw Voxy holding back a little bit there with Vanny just to make sure he didn't get bombed. You know, that nice little jump by Scar, as, you know, it may have looked pretty, you know, it may have got one rocket through, but it just didn't do anything. And he was just out of that fight, and it just allowed Feint to get the second point, and now onto this last already, eepily.
Ooh, all the way through lower. This time, do we go into that left-hand side, possibly trying to counter a little bit what the side of the team might be predicting. But as a result, they've not actually been able to get this gun or this pyro yet. So towards the left-hand side from the aggressor's point of view, pick up a second frag, a 22-second spawn on Charlie's counter addictors. Now moving towards the point to try and make some kind of play there. 98% on Jorge. He does use Zuga direct out of point. They nearly got capped from underneath them again. This will be all of Feint just backing up a little bit. Overextension, actually, from some of these players. They do manage to actually pick up Vanny there. Great plays, but it's actually Feint basically jumping straight onto last. They're trying to go for this all-important point play, but they're not quite combining into the damage, and this is really solid holding there from new team.
Yeah, Scar just got into that lobby possession, just managed to pick off Vanny with a nice little free rocket. But Yeehaw and I think it was Hugo just tried to get in deep there. They were like, you know what, Flick, we've seen you beef a couple times, but Flick was like, not this time. I am not allowing you to do this, and hit those nice crisp meat shots and just managed to win that round. As we see new team coming into mid here.
They're taking so much damage. They've taken so much damage. They don't actually have the Uber. Like, they have advantage, but they don't have the Uber. They've lost 2, and it's QB and Scar as well. That's so much less spam potential they have. And now, even with Jorge on 95%, they want to play close. Charlie is absolutely feeling himself. He's like, right, this is fine. Worst case scenario, we'll just use the Uber and we'll kind of nuke choke. Problem is, Hugo's now forced off the Uber. Charlie's going in deep, and Mac just once again, he has been like, I don't know, surfing like an absolute king this game. That Uber finally, after all of that, they'll just about get one frag onto Hugo. Yeehaw does go in super deep. He will get cleaned up as well, because he is just basically, he's just feeling himself a little bit too much right now. Do have the Uber coming off now. We'll see exactly how much success they'll get from it. Flick. I mean, that frag isn't really enough, and now with Foxy going down, I feel like Feint may have lost track of things a little bit, and they're just kind of running around.
Yeah, that was a bit messy there. It was looking really good for them, as, you know, that nuke, as you called it, looked more like a water balloon. They just really couldn't get through onto anyone, and they just kind of got forced a bit out of position. But then Feint just got cleaned up straight after her Uber as well.
What? I don't even understand how these spawners from Feint have just come in, and they're just like, right, easy, we'll pick up 3 players. The nice little direct towards Flick as well. We do still have Charlie managing to pick up 1. That's not really going to matter. And once again, even without having their heals, or really most of their players there, they've just taken control of second. I feel like what's happened, I feel like Feint's worked out they're winning the DM fights on this map. So they're like, you know what, let's just take every DM fight. Easy. I mean, it's working.
We saw the exact same thing last week from them, as they just manhandled.
Yeehaw's bullying. Yeehaw's bullying.
Yeah.
This actually, this shouldn't be legal. Dude's just like, he's just on a mission, right? This is the 24/7 Yeehaw cam now. He already picked up 2, including Jorge, This is just a fantastic position where they've got heals, they've got players, they've got everything looking good. Yeehor picks up another one. Voxy's going to be capping out 3-0, 10 minutes in. If you are new team right now, you're going to be like, guys, this ain't going well for us.
Yeah, I feel there was just no contention there on that last point. We just saw them being able to roll again. I think it was 3 times in a row, just picking off QB first, and there's just no spam, no choke point control. There's really nothing new team can do to keep out Feint. Even after they made those huge mistakes and basically gave up that mid for free, they just still came into those spawns and did big work, and then rolled it to last.
Well, mid number 4, you know, there's always the opportunity for new team to turn the tables, you know? They can be going for deep bombs. Charlie basically going all the way towards choke, not really getting any damage as well. He's getting bullied by the scout class as well. This time it's going to be Voxy. And, yep, Yeehor's just running into terrorize yet another gamer. Nothing with any real success on the side of new team. Like, getting that 1 frag doesn't really matter with 2 players being behind. 3 players. The entire combo's behind. What are they doing? What are they possibly thinking right now? I don't even see how they're going to get to last on time. Right, I think this might just be a throwaway round. What is going on?
Got a nice Uber for the log here though. But we do see a couple of spawners actually coming up from the side of new team, and they get the Uber.
Wait, did Vanny just drop everyone?
Yes.
What? Okay, somehow Vanny seemed to just drop everyone on last. So the entirety of Feint has somehow died. Doesn't matter, because Yeehor is like a shark. If he stops moving, he'll die. So he's just on the back lines, running around, trying to get every single frag he possibly can get. Can't even find an enemy yet, but that doesn't really matter. Okay. Right, moment, breather. If you're on the side of a new team, you're like, okay, that shouldn't have worked, but it did work. So, okay, we got ourselves about, 35% Uber advantage. Things are looking good. Can we weather the storm of Feint just walking through doorway 6 versus 5? Let's find out.
Yeah, we will see them, the Feint trying to take this DM fight, but new team's got these spawners already taken out. Mac here will not be looking great for them here, eepily.
Oh my god. I can't help but just spend my entire game watching Yeehor, because the second he sees like an opening, not even on the flank, but just like a player not looking in, he's like, I'm in again. So Uber is out. Jorge does have this. He is being landed on directly by a soldier. He takes that good bit of damage, 37 HP, does have to use his Uber, and with 2 more players being picked up, that's actually pretty solid. Yeehor on the back line's picking up Flick now, and possibly... Ooh, okay. Okay. Charlie's going to clean him up now. This is looking pretty okay. Vanny did not go down in all of that, so this is a big old Uber advantage. Still looking good, and once again, I'm going to make a prediction. I think they're going to play close. They're going to use this Uber, then the spawners are going to come in, and then it's going to nuke everyone. Mac going in so soon, getting so much damage. Yep, that's Jorge getting piped down into Oblivion Jr. as well. Surely not long for this world. Somehow, just by living, the bomb from Scar is huge. Gets so much damage, but still only just about 1 frag. And now there's no one else to be seen on the side of new team.
Yeah, I think your prediction was absolutely correct there. New team just took way too long to get in. Just allowed Feint to get that Uber. They had so much time to play with. They had 3 players down on the side of Feint. They seem to still take an absolute age for new team to try to get in. And in that time, Vanny just got that Uber. And even after getting bombed, a bomb that looked like certain death, got 2 huge rockets onto Vanny, still lives. They will now have a little slight Uber advantage going into last here, eepily.
Always doable. Always doable. If it's any, slight dot ad, you absolutely do. It looks like they want to get in that position as well, buffing everyone up 90%. I can only imagine we're going to see Mac go in once again at the speed of light all the way through this top right-hand position from the attacker's point of view. Instead, we're actually just going to walk in just a little bit, not going for that aggressive jump. Instead, taking down the gun nice and quickly. Good damage towards Charlie. They kind of got to start to scatter 6 towards point, because Jorge's on 90%. The damage is coming in. These left-hand side players are just absolutely nuking right now. 3 players already gone down before Jorge's used his Uber. Now, Uber has been used. They should be able to pick up D. Oh my god, Jorge's just running in with a stick out. Yep, that's questionable. Okay. I don't think this is going to be a last hold for new team. No.
Yeah, that was questionable by Jorge. He just decided to go in. He wanted to get that 25% extra Uber. But no, he just couldn't get it. I don't know how new team is feeling right now. I feel like maybe a little bit demoralized, because they definitely had the opportunity to hold that point there. They had spawners coming up in a second, still a few players up. Feint wasn't super healthy, but I guess they just decided they didn't want to fight that last anymore. As we will be now onto the 5th mid and possibly final here replay.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing Just an absolute crunch. Both teams going the exact same side. The bombs from Charlie not quite picking up those frags. Everyone else is looking pretty good here. Vanny did get taken down pretty weak, but the follow-up just isn't quite there. Scar getting some nice rockets. He is going to be picking up Mac now. Only really Flick alive that he's going to get cleaned up by the combined power of Hor and Voxy. I believe... Like, I would genuinely be curious. I'm going to be interested to look at the logs, how many times Vanny's died this game, because it's got to be like once or twice this entire time. I think every mid he's managed to live, and like when you win every mid with Uber advantage, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to play against that.
Yeah, how many times has Fanny died actually? Definitely, I think it's only been twice.
He was just invulnerable. What can you do? Right, well, we have Uber advantage, everything looking good once again. I'm still looking at Yeehor's points. Dude's on 74 points. He has 24 points more than his medic. Those logs are going to be absolutely disgusting. Uber looks like it's going to be entering through lower. Mac getting this nice deep bomb all the way towards his left-hand side. Once again, Gun and Pyro towards the right side. Gun's going to be going down just a couple stickies towards point. They can start playing towards it whenever they want, but that's going to calm things down just a couple seconds. Jorge, though, does have his Uber up, but they've not lost any players this time, so it could be looking pretty good. Oh, QB and Scar kind of getting nuked down. Not even time to flash them as well. At least Mac and Voxy's going to die. The chase, the continuation, moving all the way towards lobby. The direct from Charlie's going to be very nice. Ehor taking his 1v1. Is it going to work this time? No. Flick going to be showing some dominance, and okay, this is looking decent. They only have 3 players, and it's happened every time so far. Feint gets spawners and then nuke the entirety of the new team. Is it going to happen again?
Maybe. That last hole looked really good. Going from under there, that heavy on the right side caught their attention, but then they had to look at that sentry. And by that time, it was really like 60-70% of that Uber had been used, and then new team just had that high ground. There was a little shining light of the soldiers of Feint. Just one jumped in, got some damage onto Jorge, and then we saw the second one jump straight back in. Got a pick onto QB and Scar. We are seeing these big jumps come in.
Hugo has just been teleported into the skybox and has just instantly died. That's pretty unfortunate as we start off this, what is possibly the worst Uber trade I've ever seen in my life. Can't even count as a trade. Hoyes has not had to use his at all. Okay. This is about as good a situation as you could physically be in for new team. They're able to bust through Choke, Charlie getting that space. Then the stickies. Gonna pick up Jorge. That's gonna be a big old +2 there on the logs. So, yeah, the second they get something which is like good for them, it just falls away from them. It just crumbles. It's almost sad.
Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate there. That was looking so good for new team. They had that aggression, they had 2 picks. You know, I think it was Flick had just got a second pick onto Yeehor in a row. He was showing a little bit of dominance that, you know, he's not the only scout in the server, but it was all crushed by, all those hopes and dreams crushed by one single trap on Mag.
Scar on the backlines, he's the spy, he's absolutely owning, tries to block point, turns out it's not going to happen at all. So they've got the medic, but now Judy's on the back lines, just basically not playing the game. The rest of Feint are just moving all the way towards last, taking their individual little 1v1s, and oh my god, I think that actually might literally be the game. Yep, both scouts standing on point. That's a 5-0, and I'll be honest, I don't feel like new team's particularly upset with that. I feel like they got the memo about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think they knew exactly how that game was gonna turn out at the very end there. Just they couldn't really do anything against this fake side. There was a lovely little stab onto Vanny there, adding 1 death to his log he won't be happy about. I think it was a drop as well, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, at least that's going to look okay on there. But yeah, the side of Feint, as long as they're allowed to have a 1v1 fest, they're always going to win it.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple brief seconds to look at some logs, but really, you know, it's a 5-0. I don't want to bully too much. The main thing I want to say, you know, Mac, absolute powerhouse once again, putting out the big damage. But I want to shout out how in a 17-minute game, Yeehor went 26 for 7, and it wasn't even by like playing super like on the beam and like getting every Uber and that kind of stuff. He literally did it just by like running forward. Just straight up like, I don't know, yeah, like bullying is the exact word for it, really.
It really was bullying. Any tiny mistake we saw, it may have been, you know, I think it was Charlie at one point, we just sat on balcony, looked away and shot 1 rocket, and he's just got Yeehor in his face. And there's absolutely nothing he can do. The man just 2 meat shots him, and it's just behind causing havoc for the rest of that round, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just so many situations like that. And then, you know, we sometimes saw QB getting a little bit disconnected, maybe going left when his team went right. Yeehor was like, that's a free frag. There's just nothing they could do. It seems like his Magneto can just deflect every single one of these pipes and rockets from him. Just does not get hit. An amazing game from him. He will be very happy with that one, I would assume.
Yeah, dude is stone cold. The rest of the numbers to look at, I mean, there's not a great deal. QB obviously having a pretty difficult game, but to his credit, he kind of had mid fights, and that was it. You know, he'd arrive to a mid fight, get a bit of spam, get killed, rinse, repeat. Yeah, just bit of a hard game all around. I will give an honorary shout out to your boy Charlie for nuking with the air shots log, the only log that anyone matters. You know,
Doubling the air shots from Opti. He will be true king of the air shots. He is twice as good as Opti. That is exactly what that means. Twice as good.
that's science. That's science. You can't argue with numbers. It's absolute science. So yeah, gonna throw those logs away now. Don't need to see them anymore. No more bullying your players. That is going to be Faint picking up a big fat 6 points and obviously continuing what will be their, hopefully from their point of view, their ongoing journey towards playoffs. Like I said, this is the last game for week 4, so Faint should be, actually they'll be eking themselves out into the second place position, for we did see Swift losing to Ascent this week, but obviously Faint still do have that Ascent game of their own coming up all the way in week 6. So you know, kind of as expected for the minute, but still good to have that solidified. I will say there's not a great deal of things that are coming to mind, and considering the game we just witnessed, I feel like we might as better start wrapping things up and let people get on with the rest of their night.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's too much more to say about that game. Faint just looking very dominant against these teams, but we have yet to see them go against some of the harder teams in these brackets. Again, next week they even have Global Clan, I believe.
Mm.
So they'll be looking to win that, and then they've got the Ascent game week 6, and then this fifth game week 7. The games we're really excited to see. These will be the kind of the playoff teams we're expecting going head to head, and this will be the first time really broadcasted we've seen Faint go against them. So I'll be looking forward to those eepily.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well, you know, it isn't just the season you got to look forward to as well. We also have the old DreamHack Cash tournament happening this weekend, where we have basically, I think it's every single Prem team apart from Global Clan have signed up in what is very nearly their full rosters. So if there's any kind of matchups you want to see, you want to tune into the old DreamHack channel on Saturday. Saturday, there's going to be a round robin of all the invite teams. So they're just going to be like absolute crazy TF2 going on there. And obviously Sunday there's going to be all the playoff games going into, you know, the big grand final, which I think is at 8 o'clock. I don't know if that's Euro or UK. Don't know. Go to that website though, and you can find out exactly the schedule. So there's going to be some big TF2 happening, including a couple of these older players coming back. Just saying, we've got some ex-Nerd Rage guys. We've got like Salentis and Slemnish on a team playing Scout together. We got top 5 reincarnated, the gods that they are, coming back to the game. So yeah, keep an eye on that and all the hot TF2 action there. But apart from that, I think that might be my sole shout out. Anyone you want to give some love to right now, Stephen?
Probably just the Gator boys. I think they would slate me if I missed up that opportunity to not shout them out. But other than that, no. I think we're all good for tonight. Enjoyed watching this game and excited for the ones coming up next week, Eeply.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so that will be it for us for the night. Obviously, keep an eye on TFTV for the games coming up next week as we go into week 5 of Premiership, and obviously make sure you tune into all the DreamHack action on the weekend. But until then, been eepily joined with Not Stephen and Blopchat, and we'll catch you guys next time.